Shout out to the Midwest Takeoff for having me. I go by I Am the Queen, and right now I'm about to perform Not Your Heart. When we first met, I was an angel of light. And when I showed up, I made sure I was kind. Yeah. You always said I had that look in my eye. But what you didn't know, it was a disguise. I woke up this morning, you wasn't on my mind. Babe, if you knew what, you would be shook up, 'cause I choose me every single time. Baby, I'm gon' lie and I'm gon' waste your time. You said you loved me first, I said I like you more. You treat me like I'm wifey, but you're my favorite chore. 'Cause I work ya and work ya, and I'm gon' hurt ya and hurt ya. But sometimes in my mind I think it's not your heart. You can't keep playing, it's not your mind. You can't keep choosing, it goes on and on and on. Hey, hey, it goes on and on and on. Hey, I said it's not your heart. You can't keep playing, it's not your mind. You can't keep choosing, it goes on and on and on. It goes on and on and on. I said it's not your. When we first met, I was an angel of light. And when I showed up, I made sure I was kind. Oh, you always said I had that look in my eye. But what you didn't know, it was a disguise. Listen, you want us to go further, and you want us to go deeper. You want us to be much more than friends. I don't wanna go further, and I don't wanna go deeper. I want us to be just friends with benefits, 'cause it is what it is. Your feelings dismissed, my feelings upheld, 'cause it's fuck how you feel, and I'm leading you on. But I act like it's real. Why act like it's real? Why am I like this? It's not your heart. You can't keep playing, it's not your mind. You can't keep choosing, it goes on and on and on. Hey, it goes on and on and on. Hey, I said it's not your heart. How y'all doing? I go by I Am the Queen, and you watching Midwest Takeoff. I just got through performing my latest single, Not Your Heart. You can follow me on all streaming platforms. I go by I Am the Queen. One thing that I would say inspirational to the youth, or really anybody that's following something that's in their heart, that's following a dream, is you gotta be consistent and you gotta be delusional about it. But the number one thing is, I'm a Christian girl, so I would say tap in with the Holy Spirit, get direction, get guidance from God, because God is the one who's gonna set up the play for you.
Okay, so what's the most unexpected thing you learned about yourself since you started your journey as an artist?
That's a good question. The most unexpected thing that I learned about myself is that whatever I want to learn how to do, and if I stick to it, I'm gonna learn how to do it. So, i.e., I started I sung. I grew up in church, so I'm a singer. I'm a church girl. Learned how to rap when I was younger, but I wanted to learn how to produce because I play the keys too. And so I started off in '09, kept going, and I just transitioned into, a producer. And I know how to sample music. I know how to do so much stuff. And I was like, it just taught me that no matter what it is, if I really research something, I'm gonna learn how to do it, for sure.
Dope. Okay, so you mentioned fashion in your bio. What's one fashion trend you can't get enough of, and one you wish you would disappear forever?
Okay. You know what? I like a crop, I like a body to an outfit. So i.e. what's gonna look good on me. So I know a crop shirt and some wide leg pants is gonna accentuate my body. So that's something that I can't get enough of. I just got this shirt I'm a thrifter, so I just got this shirt from the Goodwill, and I chopped it up a little bit, did what I needed to do. A fashion trend that I don't like. I just heard somebody talk about this. It's not so much a trend. I like individualism. I can't stand when everybody look like each other. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just like when people, and also too, just because you have on something designer does not mean that you can dress. Because I got on Shein, Goodwill, and Amazon. I do got on some designer shoes, but I'm just getting at the point that like, you could put on anything. If you know how to put it on, you're gonna rock it.
Okay, great answer. Okay, if you had to describe your music using 3 emojis, what would it be?
Ooh, shit. Um, Definitely. I'm a silly person anyway, so I'm gonna say the laughing emoji. Um, that's a good question. 3 emojis. What's the next one? It's the emoji I always use where it look like the person is just like because sometimes I make something, I be like, man, this is crazy. Can't believe I just did this. And the third one, I guess it's a music symbol emoji. So yeah,
Okay.
we got the sounds. Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you one more question.
Okay.
Share with us a little bit about your go-to pre-show ritual. Like, what do you do before your shows or your performances?
Go to pre-show ritual. I'm gonna be honest. I just like to be centered. I don't do a whole bunch. If I'm singing, I need some tea. But the thing about me is which is cool, I play and sing for a church every single Sunday, so I'm always in front of people. And so it's not something that's, now when I do outside of church, it's not something that's extremely hard for me to do because I'm always practicing. I'm a worshiper, right? But I'm always practicing prepping the crowd, right? Always practicing interacting with the crowd. And so it's not something that is difficult for me to do, but I like to just be centered and just chill. You know what I'm saying? I like to make sure I have a day of rest or a time of rest before I get up on stage and perform. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you, girl.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Troop Nation.
It's DJ Lock Babe.
It's Boss Bree,
And it's your boy, 216 Hundo.
and welcome to season 4 of the Midwest Takeoff. And you see it's an empty seat, but we're about to fill it. And we're going to fill it with a man from the Midwest that got the plan, that has a plan for you, for himself, and for anybody that you can introduce to him. He will find it. He will connect you. He has started with Bone Thugs and Harmony, and now he done went to Jeff Jams. He done his own thing with his Midwest industry tour. He done been a South by Southwest on the radar. He done did Futureland here in Cleveland. And so now I'm so grateful to introduce Midwest Hef to the stage. Welcome on, Midwest. Big Hef.
Big Hef is in the building. What's going on?
What's up?
You cheesing?
Because he's always in the cut, so you have to bring him on the spotlight, you know.
I feel you. I feel you.
Welcome to the Midwest Takeoff.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. What's poppin'?
What's going on? How you feeling today? Let's start there.
I'm great, man. I feel great. It's Summer Jam week, so it's always an enthusiastic time to see what energy gonna come to the city. Then next week I got my own industry weekend. So I'm gonna bring a lot of A&Rs, a lot of producers, songwriters to the city. So I'm trying to get our music scene back popping.
Oh man, yeah. See, right here in Ohio, we the heartlands of it all, right?
Yeah.
So coming in Ohio, everybody got to come through here to even get anywhere else, East Coast, West Coast. So we actually are a big hub, just like Atlanta.
Yeah, we're a pipeline for sure to, you can get to the East Coast, get to the West Coast, get down south. So I'm really excited, man. Like, I feel like our music scene has been, we had a great wave pre-COVID, and we're trying to bring it back, though. But I love the R&B scene right now. I love the hip-hop scene. So we here.
Right now in Cleveland, do you have a favorite artist in 2025?
My favorite artist, well, I'm they all my guys.
They all your guys, right? We'll put you on the spot a little bit.
But I've been working real heavy with like YSN Flow. Of course, I still gonna support
shout
my
out.
boy MGK. Just had a great weekend, which was amazing to
good
me.
time.
It's like 20 or 30,000 people outside just for the weekend.
He shuts down downtown every year.
And but I've been looking, YFL, Kelvin, Tezo, like all my guys is, we working outside.
Yeah. So you bringing this new sound to Cleveland with all like you said, your guys. You bringing this new sound. How do you feel that from you see hubs like Atlanta, New York, California? How do you feel like we stick together here in Cleveland?
It's building. I feel like one thing was for us to have the artist collaboration. So it was good to see like MGK reach back to Doughboy, then reach back to YFL Kelvin, and reach back to Rip Flames and Plinko and all those guys.
A lot of collaboration.
Yeah, so I think the collaborations was the first thing to have it. And then, now we want to make sure the financials and the backing is behind some of these records and some of these institutions that, we can create these platforms and make things go the right way.
Now, did you make an appearance at the Shaw Celebrity basketball game?
No, I was out of town.
You was out of town?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to tell you a little thing. First time I ever met Doughboy, shout out to Doughboy, he was cool dude. Everybody there, Gilly the Kid, Wallow, and everybody. I got to meet all these stars that, you see on TV, kind of look up to all these people. And in person, they feel like regular people. They're superstars, but they talk to you like regular people and everything.
Sure.
So I want to shout out to him for still being, a Cleveland native, but still being humble enough to be like, hey, man, what's good to everybody walking through the crowd and everything like that.
I feel like you got to do that just so you can have a connection with your audience.
For sure.
Yeah, so
Because people buy into you before they buy what you're selling.
that's what I'm talking about, DJ. Let's get it.
Hey, go ahead, DJ.
Okay, so what do you feel like are, as a regional director of the Midwest in the music field?
I love these titles.
Hey, you got a lot of titles.
What do you feel are some of the Midwest strengths and weaknesses in the music industry?
Man, our strength has always been our grit. Like, I think the Midwest always comes with harmonies and melodies, and we always got a certain sound. So a lot of the biggest artists in the music industry has always come from, if you think back in the days, it was always Nelly, Eminem, Bone Thugs and Harmony, stuff like that. And then just fast forward to kind of like the second wave, it was Big Sean and, Chief Keef, Dirk, all those guys. So we always got grit. We always got a crazy sound. So like even when I was at like the Eminem D12 days, it was really just let's take this sound to the rest of the country, and let's, and I feel
sure.
like we're not afraid to do the hard work that goes with it because we all blue collar cities.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely agree with that, man. Eminem back in the day, that was one of my favorite rappers. He just was different and bizarre, and I'm like, oh man, how you put these words together like this, and
Yeah, he was definitely word bending for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the first times I got a chance to see the country was on an anger management tour.
Yeah.
And that led me to working with like D12 and OB Trice and the whole Shady Records crew. But yeah, that was he gave me a lot of opportunity. I'm forever grateful.
I will say this though, I feel like Eminem now is just like Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas, yeah.
He's like the new Eminem far as how
for
he
sure.
rap.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I listen to him like, man, he's the new wave of that.
I feel like, with especially like what Kendrick doing what he did over the last year, it definitely put a lot of things back in the lyricism and hip hop. So it's good.
Yes. Ooh, I'm happy to see the lyricists popping out and really starting to take back over.
I think we in the healing phase right now.
Yes.
That PPP money is gone for a lot of people, man.
It was a lot of damage being done the last 5 years.
For sure.
But you just ain't focusing on the music. You actually transitioned to the film as well, right?
Yeah, so I did. One day I woke up and I was talking to one of my best friends, Finch, and I said, let's make a movie, man. We always talked about making a movie, so end up writing a movie, producing it, putting it out through Amazon, Tubi, all the streaming platforms, working on a second movie called Surf Club. The first movie is called A Cap, and then the second movie is called A Surf Club. I also got a documentary that's out as well. And then right now I'm producing another docuseries. A director approached me about doing a docuseries on me. So I've been heavy into the film, and then, I used to do casting and stuff for like the TV show The Four, Rhythm and Flow, like all the music TV shows. All the LA people used to call me for the Midwest talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, what you guys want to say? I want to know, like, how, like, does anything like translate from music over to film?
Yeah, it's really the same to work ethic. You just got a visual to go with it. Okay. So when I do the movies, I just really go into the studio and plan how I want the music to hear, like want it to sound. So I'm thinking of songs that coincide with the video or the movie.
So like a soundtrack.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I use music for the soundtrack, but also like I get producers to make like them certain sounds that's gonna make the movie pop.
Yeah. Do you feel like regular MCs or regular artists compared to like soundtrack artists that you hear on like commercials or just the movies, but not really out in the public?
No, like I do. I started getting into publishing like probably like 10 years ago, but it's a different sound. Like when you talk about syncs for commercials and stuff, like it's just like a very commercial sound instead of
more like jingles.
Yeah, instead of grit, like So yeah, I get into it though.
So as far as that, like how y'all talk about soundtracks and things like that, as far as like music artists, just like actors, they got to perform, right?
Yeah.
Like how important is it for like musicians and actors? Well, I already know how important it is for actors, but how important it is for musicians to be able to perform? Like when they be doing skits and nowadays with social media, internet, like how important is that to be able to perform and be able to,
Man, I tell all my artists they have to be into the content creation space just so they can show their personality. I feel like we sell stories more than we sell music. And if people can buy into your stories, then you'll have a very long career.
That's the motto.
That's philosophical.
That's great. That's good. So we talk about performance, and so like actually we didn't meet knowing me from fitness, but I'm here talking about fitness. Okay. So that kind of aspect, we look at it and we talk about the mental ability, the stamina, the grit that you talked about, being an artist. And then we compare to like even athletes, or the crossover of having from acting to film, or from athletics to, music, or music to modeling and stuff like that. So you, as a talent, connector and have been in the industry for so long, how often do you see people try to be multi-talented or multifaceted and not being able to find their niche?
Well, I think one thing for just to be great, you got to be focused. but I think fitness plays a big part of it, and cross collaboration plays a big part of it too. So a lot of times, you know, like you would take somebody like LeBron, he listens to music all the time because he's always in the gym, he's always working out, he's always preparing, and that's his motivation. So a lot of times we'll pair Brian with like an artist or some music or a soundtrack that, you know, luckily I know Mill, he's from Cleveland, he provides the soundtracks to LeBron, all his workouts, and
That's dope.
we definitely try to, you know, give him the music that he can listen to that's fire, that sometimes he might repost. Last year it was great because Jadakiss did a song called LeBron, and LeBron ended up posting this song, all that kind of stuff. And then on the health and fitness side, you know, I always think that artists, you know, it's a discipline thing as well. So like this week we just did the Gunner Run, got the 1 of 5,000, the 5K, which was a small run, but it's promoting health, it's promoting wellness, it's promoting people to get in shape. So like I had my other artist from Black Ink Chicago go and be a part of the 1 Run. And so it's, you know, I'm into it. So I'm always promoting that.
That's super dope. And then I guess I'll insert right here now, since we're talking about the health and wellness. You got one of my delicious daily pressed juices.
Yeah.
So we just want to shout that out right
Hey,
here.
man, these
as y'all
mother
drink.
smack. Like, each flavor
Definitely,
smack.
definitely good.
I got the righteous pour. This is, you know, it's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't had the green one. The green one got the pineapples and the mangoes and the guava in it. Ooh.
Yeah,
It's
these
going.
boys is definitely good.
Oh, for sure.
So when you talk about fitness and everything like that, Bree, so and you have the music side, so you have somebody like Moneybagg Yo who started a different way and now he changed his look to within fitness, right? Yeah. Do you see more artists going the healthier route? Because I mean, everybody's making a ton of money in the industry. You know, do you see everybody's going toward this fitness? You got Megan Thee Stallion, you got Glorilla, all going towards a fitness route. Plus, they're doing their music and their artistry.
You know, like one of the things, like especially with Megan, I was with Megan at the beginning of her career, and she was always in shape, but she really had to buckle down and make it a determination that she wanted to slim down. She wanted to stay in shape, which end up, like with that journey, it end up coming brand partnerships and brand deals. So now she has a partnership with this clothing brand, or if it's Nike or whatever the case is. You know, first I think Puma was into her. So it's really great to see, but you got to think about it. Like once that health and wellness becomes your brand, then you can align yourself with a lot of more stuff.
For sure.
How do when you see them going on tour, how do they pick their DJs?
When they go on tour picking it's usually through relationships, really. You know what I'm saying?
Connections.
Like a lot of times, like when
We have a DJ right here.
I seen the plug already, bro.
He said, "I seen that already coming."
Yeah.
But you know, but it's really just through a lot of relationships, and I feel like tour DJs have a different voice and a different ear than a club DJ. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, some people can't make that transition, but if you find the right DJ and it's the right chemistry, and a lot of it is chemistry with the artist at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So
like Dolce's DJ. She has red hair. I forgot her
Okay.
name, but they are a team.
Yeah.
And she's her hype man. Like
Yeah.
literally, she be.
I believe it's the girl
You know
from
what I'm saying?
Chicago. But yeah, so they got a crazy chemistry where the DJ is a part of her set.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she gives the DJ some shine, and it
Is
gives
it
her a
DJ
chance
Miss
to make
Milan?
it. Yeah,
Is it?
I think it is something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm always about DJ artist chemistry at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel like the first time we did our tour, we went as a group, and then now, you know, how I see like, okay, podcasts go on tour is like, and then you see the musicians go on tour, and it's like the arenas, the people, and everybody's there to see you. It's like, what is that feeling like when people walk up to you and just know who you are, and you don't know them?
It's a little scary, being honest with you.
Yeah.
It's really, for me personally, it's scary. I know a lot of times for some of the artists, because you never know what people's intentions are, and some people, you know, they aren't all positive. But it's really good that people recognize you for the work that you've done, or vibe or connect with you in a certain way, and hopefully you got positive energy to go through.
Now, you've been in the industry for a really long time, right?
Yeah.
Have you, like, one of my favorite people is Chris Brown. He's our day and age Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Right? But have you actually met Mike?
Have I met Michael?
Yeah, Michael
Yeah, I
Jackson.
met Michael. I met Prince. Met Whitney. Met No Edition.
He met the icons.
Um,
You the
was
goat,
it-
We
bro.
in Mr.
You the
Greatness
goat.
right now.
I think I was.
We knew that before this started.
I was at the. I think I was at the Rock Hall when I met Prince, though, for sure. But every year we go to the induction ceremony, and from it being to the big arena now at the Rocket Mortgage to was at Public Hall before. But you get a chance to see all these great people do good things, and then luckily through studio sessions and writing, and get a chance to catch them.
So you talk about like the Hall of Fame and getting to go to the induction ceremony like each year. So who would you consider some legends from the city or in the Midwest that you've gotten to work with or just have experienced throughout your years?
Legends from the Midwest that I've gotten a chance. Well, first I'm gonna say my guys, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
For sure, for sure.
The other one's gonna be Eminem, D12,
Okay, of course.
Twista. I think we had
yeah.
Twista at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the Nerve DJ anniversary. It's a lot. T
I
Grizzly,
think Twister just dropped something too.
Yeah.
T Grizzly. I didn't work with her, but Anita Baker. Get a chance to see her.
Oh, you didn't work
live
with
in
her, but you
Detroit.
seen her. I
But,
still want to see her. I haven't seen her.
There's a couple other, but you get the gist of it.
What do you
Man.
think it takes to be considered one?
To be considered great,
That's a great
one, you
question.
got to stand the test of time, and you got to put out some hits. Some great albums, some great bodies of work, and people gotta love you. At the end of the day, like that's a big thing. Like people love these artists, and so like getting a chance to see like Cardi B and Megan, and like a lot of these people. I've been around for a minute, so I'm seeing a lot of them.
So have you ever like seen where like maybe a less talented person like really got put on just because they could connect with their fans and
Yeah.
they could be charismatic or whatever?
You see it all the time. You just don't know it.
Oh, we know it. We
Facts.
just don't.
You know what? It's just like sometimes the less talented people, they outwork or they know how to get with the right songwriters and producers to create that bop for the year. And sometimes things are just for that moment, like look at the Shop Boys with Party Like a Rock Star and
Right.
Swag Surfing song. You're like, you don't even know who those artists are, but
What happened to your boy Mo Bamba? Like I got
he writing. I think he writes something for Kanye or something like
Okay.
that.
Oh, that's big.
Oh, that's dope.
That's big.
Yeah.
So, from your experience, how big and how important is it to have a team?
Man, it's probably one of the most important things because you can't do it all by yourself. You can't listen all by yourself. You got to have somebody that's going to help guide you through this crazy industry. I believe like I'm a firm believer for myself. I have a team. So, and then I'm a part of bigger artist team and then a part of a bigger artist team. So right now my phone's going crazy from R-Truth that works for WWE. He's an artist as well, but he's also signed on to, the WWE doing their touring and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the main things though. So if it was like a couple years ago I had Sleazy World Go, the first thing that I told him is like, we have to build an inner circle team and then transfer that energy to a label team.
How can you transfer the music game? And now you see all these podcasts popping up all over the world, and especially in the city right now in Cleveland. And we're one of the hottest right now, and we'll put that out there. But how can you say, like, far as the team to grow bigger and to get to a bigger audience or bigger levels? Is it all by just connection to who you know, or is there something that you can put out there?
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword. It's like, all right, one, every podcast isn't popping because they might not have an audience at the end of the day, right? Then you have consistency, and then you got the figure in the luck factor because everybody's going to get a break here and there if you're consistent or whatever.
Right.
So you have to think about it like, all right, if I'm building my team, all right, you handle this job, you handle this subject, you handle this topic, you go out and let me make sure the podcast is getting publicity. So if you are getting bigger interviews, now you need to seed and clip that out into the streaming platform. You got social media, you got other factors. And then you got to be dope as fucking person.
Gotta be a dope ass person for sure.
You know, that's it.
I got a question. Well, like a two for question. What's like the number one thing that you could say would attribute to a team's success and a downfall?
Downfall is bad communication and egos. Success, it ain't none of that.
That was simple.
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 Yeah.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point for sure.
So you talk about how you've been in the industry for a very long time, and that's very respectable because we talk about even in like athletics, you know, majority of professional athletes are in there from 3 to 6 years for their career. A lot of, you know, popping artists are only popping, as they say, get their 15 minutes. So how do you help artists prepare for that? How have you like seen that happen, and like what are some tips that you could give people as we go through that, especially with this day and age and things being real quick?
What I do for artists, on the artist side, I try to put them around great producers and great songwriters. That's what's going to keep you in the game. End of the day, you can be the most famous TikTok person, Instagram person, or whatever, but if you ain't got dope music to match it, then it's a wrap. Your career is over with. Now you're a content creator. So you got to keep dope music. For the longevity side, especially, same preparation that I see like a lot of the great athletes, like a Michael Vick, or if it's a Bron, or, you know, if you last past that 5-year window, if you get to your second contract or your third contract, you get to your third contract, you're great. Family set,
Third
financially
contract, you
great.
All right.
And then you got, you know, people like, I just seen Bron and Chris Paul get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and they still playing in the league.
Just
which is
seen that
crazy.
the other day.
Crazy.
That's amazing.
Congratulations to LeBron, man. Shout out to
Shout
y'all.
out to Brian. We need to have you up here too.
Yeah.
For real.
So it's just really like you got to have a goal and a plan. But I feel like your team is gonna keep you out of trouble, keep you out of the clubs. They're gonna make sure you stay in that studio or you stay in that gym, and then, you know, you got your PR and all the other stuff to go and coincide with it.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
So, speaking of goals and plans, what are some of your long-term goals coming up for the, you know, Midwest music scene?
Midwest music scene, I mean, I'll break it down to the Cleveland music scene first. Like, I want to try to get at least 2 to 3 R&B artists signed. I would like to get probably 4 to 5 hip-hop artists signed. I want to create a compound. I was just talking to Slim and MGK about creating a compound in Cleveland
Shout
as
out
well.
my guys.
You know, and just having more clothing brands, having more brand partnerships that can be aligned, and I think doing more festivals and concerts that's going to help support us. But we also need managers. We need more media platforms that we can take our music scene and grow the music outwards.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, how did you or the team, when y'all first get y'all brand deals, right? So you have Nike looking at you, or you have these local clothing brands like, hey, we want to sign a brand deal for you. How did that come about?
For me, I just really reach out to the owners, and I think one year I just asked Glenn from Ilty that I wanted to do a collaboration with
Shout
him
out to
and
Ilty.
Kelvin, Rich is a friend of the family, so I asked him about doing a Fashion Nova deal for a couple artists. But it's really just relationships, bro. I travel a lot, so I get a chance to meet a lot of people in person. I was there when we launched Cardi's Fashion Nova line in LA. So it's really just relationships. So even cross collaborations, when you see them with like the Guardians and MGK or whatever the case may be,
Right.
like those are the partnerships that we need to happen to keep moving it forward, and for them to put promotional campaign behind it. You know, it's not just
Midwest
about doing the
Takeoff?
shirt. It's let's get
Right.
let's get the shirt popping, and let's do a national press release and all that good stuff so people can see it.
All right, so towards our end of our segue and towards the end of our episodes, we always ask, you know, drop some gems for the youth, right? So if you could drop some gems for the youth, you know, then share your tag right after.
Gems for the youth is, one, come up with a plan. If you are in school, stay in school, study what you need to do. If not, get with some aligned and like-minded people that's going to help you get on your journey, because the more people you surround yourself with that's creative, the more creative you'll get. It's going to push you to your limit, so you want to become the best. When I was younger, I wanted to be around all A&Rs. So once I got around all the A&Rs, I started saying, like, nah, let me go get the right song producers, songwriters. And once I got around the right songwriters, I was like, let me get around the right executives. So got a chance to work with Kevin Lau, Sylvia Rone, some of the best people in like black executives that were in the business.
Right.
And then that pushed me to become further to develop my city and my community and my, you know what I'm saying, my being in the space that I wanted to be around. So stay in the culture, bro. Stay in the moment, but make a plan for your future. So my future plan, I want to have a festival. I'm going to start speaking this stuff into existence. So
That's
I want to have a
Definitely
street.
want to be a part of that. Definitely want to be a part of that.
So the you know, a couple years ago we did the street naming for Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like we was really out there doing 1,000 petitions to get the street named after him. And I was like, okay, now after we did that, now I'm gonna get my street named after me, and then I want to have a whole display of like Ohio hip hop in the library.
Yeah,
That's super dope.
So I want, you know, I'm gonna say what motivates me and everything like that, and how to motivate for me, and then, you know, y'all can go as well. I feel like who I am, I want to go and get inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's like,
sure.
I feel like, you know, I believe in teamwork, you know, and I'm very strategic in who I pick, you know, and I feel like, you know, the team that I have, and shout out to Ken, and he's not with us today, you know, he had a family passing, but, you know, he's part of our team too. And but I feel like the people you pick, you know, you excel together. And so when I talk to the youth or when I talk to children in school, I'm like, your friends match your energy and you match their energy. So make sure you choose your friends wisely.
For sure.
That would be my
Tribe is
biggest
very
thing.
important to this journey. You cannot do it alone. And if they're not on the if they're not on the same wave, it's going to be a lot of turbulence. But that's the way it goes.
Motivation.
Yeah. Gotta motivate.
So I work with the youth all the time, every day. They're like my children. I love them so much. I would have to say though, like, always be what you want. So like, if you want something from somebody, if you want that respect, if you want that confidence, you have to have that, you have to be that. In order for it to be manifested, you have to walk in that and know that it is already yours, and be confident and humble with it.
Gonna follow that. I would say my motivation would definitely be, you know, outside of my kids and everything, just my personal growth. You know, I wasn't always the person I am now. You know, I attribute that to be growing and learning through life experiences and things like that. So I always want to grow, always want to evolve, and try to be a better person than I was, you know, the previous day. You know what I'm saying? Not just for me, but for my family, my kids, you know, those around me, you know, my team. You know, I always want to be better than yesterday. That's what really motivates me, is perfection. But I know I can't ever get there. You feel me? Can't never reach perfection. So that's what motivates me.
I didn't really say what motivated me. I was kind of piggybacking off of what he was saying. But, you know, my goal in this music industry is pretty much to heal people. My brother passed away March 2023, and I started DJing shortly after that, and that was my saving grace. It changed the game for me. It kept me going when I didn't feel like I could. So I want to give that back, especially to the youth. And I know so many talented, inspirational people that are in the music industry now, and they started so young, like 10, maybe a little bit earlier than that. And they're like, I like to refer to them as some musical geniuses, because it's in them. It ain't on them. You know what I'm saying? It's in them. And it's very apparent, and I can see what it has done for them and myself. So that's what I want to give back to the youth, and that's what motivates me.
Hey, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank our honored guests, Big Hef in the building.
Big dog.
You know.
Yeah.
No, we gonna have to have a podcast off or something for the Midwest. No, I'm just
We could definitely do that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, thank you for coming to the Midwest Takeoff. We definitely appreciate
some
you and all the gems
gems,
that you dropped. You know, everybody
where are
stay
you at?
tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels, the Midwest Takeoff, and plus our channels individually. Hey, I'm Troop Nation,
DJ Lock Babe.
Boss Bree.
216 Hundo.
and let's take off.